That was Morrissey, first of the gang today. You're listening to Russell Brand on the radio, BBC Radio 2. What's the matter with your face?
Too loud. Listen to that.
Gutbeat. It's the beginning of a show. We
Painful.
are pre-recorded. It's not live. We're pre-recorded because I'm in America now, living my life, just getting on with things. Lauren Laverne done very well last week. Thank you, Lauren Laverne. Before that, what was it? Best of? Whoa. What a show.
Another best of.
There's so much best.
Truly the best of.
Yeah, this really is the best, which reminds me that song we just played was from the best of Morrissey, the greatest hits of Morrissey. Oh, and what's this? This is my signed Morrissey album. I'm here, of course, with Matt Morgan. He is my co-presenter. All right, Matt?
Hello.
And there's Mr. G, Poet Laureate. So, see this thing?
Of the what?
Shout. See this thing? It's off Morrissey. Russell. Oh, it's a signed album of Morrissey. There's Morrissey's lovely face in a reverie,
And there's
eyes
Russell's
closed.
handwriting.
Russell, my disky whisk, always Morrissey. There
Why
it
don't
is.
you two just get a room?
Well, I would like very much to be in a room with Morrissey. I don't know how to express myself. Got a hell of a show coming up for you later. We've got Richard Madeley. He's going to be on at some point.
Excellent.
Be good, wouldn't it? Because we've got some of like Richard's quotes here. Listen to some of these things that Richard has actually said. I really love ducks. They've always got a smile on their face. Ah, Richard Madeley thinking that inside his mind.
Dolphins have, but ducks haven't.
Yeah, right. Yeah, ducks, if any, they look indifferent, don't
Very
they?
indifferent, yeah. And they can't, even if they wanted to express something with their mouth, they couldn't because it's hard beak.
Utterly rigid, isn't
Yeah.
it? Inexpressive
How can a duck
orifice.
express anything? It can't even raise its eyebrows.
If a duck, you're never going to know what mood a duck is. If you was in a relationship with a duck, it's always pretty much you're going to have to take it as neutral.
Oh, unless it's like whack whack or
You can express fear, dread.
Yeah. And flapping and moving about.
Yeah, but that's it. So a duck has really got two states: neutral and anxious.
Do you think it's like a prisoner in its own body?
Yeah, well, you've always said this of the horse, Matt, that the horse
Always.
looks like it's a prisoner of its own body, looking down, self-conscious, embarrassed about its own equine nature. Here is some more Richard Madeley announcements to the world. What do you make of the call to smack on your naughty child's body a criminal offence? I'd go down for it. I asked this openly. Should I have been arrested? I asked this openly. Lovely. I think if you do live daytime TV day after day, you would get to the point where you probably don't make that much difference to you being on the telly. So you're not thinking constantly, or I won't say, for example, to Darren Brown, can we have a wooden stake, some petroleum and a rope, because we are burning you at the end of the show. Presumably as a witch rather than some sort of protest against these programmes.
That John Lydon quote's amazing.
Yeah, do that one.
He said to John Lydon, if I could throw a fishing rod into the corridors of time and reel you in, you'd throttle you, wouldn't you?
What? I'd also throw a fishing rope or a fishing rod into the
Why
corridors
would you throw
of
it?
time.
You've got to hold one end.
Otherwise, it's just there in the corridors of time. You'd probably never be able to retrieve the fishing rod. You must.
Does it mean John
maintain
Lydon would
contact.
now, as a grown
Yes.
man, go, oh, that kid, and throttle himself?
Grown-up John Lydon would object to adolescent John Lydon, I suppose, is his point. But why make that in such a bizarre, abstract, quantum way?
Why don't you go, you wouldn't like you as a kid, would you?
That's the
it.
minimum
Okay.
amount of words to express the same idea.
If I had a fishing rod and there was a quantum time corridor, and you threw that, I threw that in there, you'd
Yeah.
throttle you, wouldn't you?
What? Because what he's done is at the beginning of the sentence he's bombarded you with so many images of the corridor and the fishing rod that you're not really aware what's going on anymore.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Confusing.
Poor old Lydon.
I've been in Antigua on holiday, went away there for a couple of weeks. That is why later on in the show we'll be playing. Here, what's that CD, Matt? It's on your desk. It's
Oh,
like the
Ian Daniel.
the
She's
lady
gone
that-
but not forgotten.
Gone but not forgotten. Right, that is by Ian Daniel, who is the cleaner, I think housekeeper, I don't know what you're supposed to call her, of my room. Barbara, she was. Lovely woman. Came to the room. I've made quite an impression on her, showing her bits that, where I was in the paper or whatever.
Oh, right. God, you still do that? That's pathetic.
So what? People are interested in my scraps. People like to see my
You take
scraps.
scraps with you.
No, because I was getting the newspapers over there. Then I go, oh, have you seen this today? Pictures of me from my film doing sex scenes were in the paper. Vanessa Feltz had a go, right? Vanessa Feltz, like, who I've always thought of as all right, goes, oh, Russell
Fancied
Brand.
even.
Yeah, well, remember, the idea always was pushing her face into a gatto during the act of lovemaking.
I think you'd have to push it.
You'd have to, if
You'd have
anything,
to
you'd
hold
be
her hair.
restraining it. Alright, Vanessa, I ain't even got my willy out yet. Not while we're still in the bakery. That's behind a glass panel. Get
Sarah
Vanessa.
Lee needs to defrost. You'll hurt your teeth.
Respect Sarah Lee's work, Vanessa. Yeah, right. She sort of goes, oh, like I thought Russell would be was a sex god. I saw them pictures of him in his film. He looks podgy or pudgy or something.
She could talk.
But I know that's out of order, isn't it? Because I've always, when people have a go at Vanessa Phillips, go, don't have a go at her just because she's a clever woman. First chance she gets, she has a go at me for being pudgy or podgy. Can't remember which. Also, I've seen them pictures. I look bloody gorgeous. You should. Have you not seen them?
Yes, where you're sort of doing
Oh,
yoga
actually, no, over
position.
backwards.
Yeah.
Don't I look nice?
You look fine.
What do you mean fine? You hesitated.
What?
I listened back to that Guinness Book of Records show. You proper ballsed up that banana record.
How
We were
dare
so
you.
close then. Should we try and get it before we go away? Because we're off to America soon, or I am.
No, because that's on Friday and I don't...
What do you mean?
I want to be known for other things than
No
banana
way.
eating.
If you're ever to be known for anything, it will be banana eating. Well, anyway, I really liked this Barbara, and I can only imagine that that's reason enough to play her husband's music. It'll be all right, won't
What
it?
did she think about your snippings?
She liked the old snippings. She was always very... thinking about it now, actually, she's never said much and always just said I have to leave and would hurriedly depart, often getting a bit of dirty mop water and brushing it up against me. She was lovely. And then, did you see that? Michael Palin said that he thinks I'm really good. And,
No.
Michael Palin, out Monty Python, goes, I'm really good. He said, Russell's really good, not I'm really good. He was never a boastful, arrogant man, unlike me. And he says I'm really good and like Peter Sellers and I'm anti-establishment and stuff, and he likes me.
Was he...
I don't know what he's basing it on, mate. That is not... They'll have to ask Michael. I don't know. It's a whimsical musing at best.
He might be listening.
Thank you, Michael Palin. That's why, whilst I'm writing this film, let's write Michael Palin into it.
Yeah.
Playing the part of, I don't know, saying or another.
Your dad.
He can play whole Ron Brand, Michael Palin. That's the role he was born to play.
80 days around the world with prostitutes.
The trip should have taken a week, but we were spending so much time in VD clinics. Yeah, crikey, I don't know, what a palaver. Okay, so we've got that coming up. We've got Richard Madeley. Well, else? Newsround presenter Ellie. It's really obvious that I've just picked up a bit of paper to tell what's on the show. Well, apparently what we're doing is Newsround presenter Ellie Crisell is going to explain in simple terms what happened to the rogue trader, because Matt is interested.
Good, finally. Now
Yeah,
that it's
well-
not even news anymore.
Yeah, I know, some people are interested in it, apparently. Right, here's, also I'll be doing my gay. Hi, Russell, Matt, and Mr. G. My friends and I are trying to form a lesbian gang at college. We have 5 members so far, but how do we get more women to join? We're thinking of having a party, but we need a good theme to appeal to bisexual and lesbian women. Interesting, that's from
Gang,
Audrey.
no, that's got bad connotations.
In this day and age, isn't it?
do you
Gang of
reckon? Go.
lesbians.
Imagine they bully other girls.
Oh, what are you making them other girls do? You haven't even asked them other
I'm
girls.
going to stop you doing that in about an hour.
You'll have to pack that in. Hold on. That's another minute. Right. I'm so lonely. Right, stop that.
Stop, that's disgusting. What you've made me do.
Look at my... You made me cry out of my middle. There's another thing. This is someone called Kitchener. Well, I didn't even do nothing then. Guess what happened to me on holiday? I went for a run with a girl, right, on holiday. But I didn't do as...
Were you chased by a girl?
No.
I went jogging with a girl. She was saying, come back, stop it.
I'll call the police, right? I just go for a friendly jog with a girl, dropping her handbag, lipstick spilling in a gutter. No, I was like jogging with a girl. I got tired before the girl.
Yeah.
I was not happy about
Obviously.
that. I don't like that, but she done cross-country running at school, though, so... That
school?
day, so she should have been tired. You'd think, no, years ago when at school she'd been doing cross-country running, so she's got form and she experience. But for the whole rest of the day after that run, I was a bit out of order. Do you know what I mean?
How much before her were you tired?
Well, I don't think she was going to get tired for another hour.
Were you running on sand?
No, just thin ice, really. I don't know, it was like a mud track.
What a lovely holiday.
We went to Belson this year.
Just running up a mud track with sheep corpses either side.
Slipping about in rat's blood and lies. It was like a mud trap. Because it was rustic, that's why. Because of the rustic nature of it all. Where's Mr. Nibs swanned in here with a trio of adolescents, in spite of my strict instructions issued to him that he was never to turn up here with people we didn't know? So what's going on there, Matt?
Is that what you actually told him?
He goes, yes, you can come to my radio show. Don't turn up here with people I don't know. But what he's clearly done is he's using his access to our radio show to crowbar adolescents into his filthy little bunk bed. I imagine what's
I wonder
going
what Mr.
on.
Nib's bed looks like.
I imagine it's like a dog's bed, Mr. Nib's bed. I imagine it's a basket in the corner of a room.
Oh, and it's 3 bundles of newspapers, all yellow in.
Mr. Nib sort of gets into it with Steptoe and Son music playing. Like that, yeah, just in these yellow in pyjamas. All right, so we play a record, yeah. Wife's Night. This is Kitchener. I didn't meet him on holiday. Right. Also, we'll be talking to Fighting Matt Morgan about his various violent encounters over the week. Karate, what does he do? Kung Fu expert Matt Morgan will be giving you tips on self-defence.
Well, I'm going to think of something you don't want to talk about.
Well, how can you? Because I'm honest and open gentleman, right? So there you are. Go on.
I do know something.
All right, when the Kitchener's on, you can negotiate. And if something goes, Matt, don't do Kung Fu, then you'll know that you won. Right, this is Kitchener, Wife's Nighty. What a good thing to have a song about, Wife's Nighty.
Wait a minute, where's that? Right,
but listen to the story of it, Matt, because I think you might learn something about
Is this filling or is this
No,
quality radio?
Filling. This is all filling.
So we don't really need to hear it then?
No, press play.
Oh, right.
That's what filling. Well, listening to Russell Brand on BBC Radio 2. It's a pre-recorded show. We done it the other day. I'm in America now. That was Kitchener, a.k.a. Lord
hope you
Kitchener.
are.
What?
Could have been a terrible air crash.
Oh, Matthew! Why would you jinx us, you jealous? Oh, I feel like I'll be Big Boppered. Don't you Big Bopper me up. That was Lord Kitchener, right? And G says his house is a museum. Oddly, G said his own house is a museum. Not Kitchener's. No, Kitchener, he's in Trinidad. He was. Is he alive, G?
No, he died. He died a couple of years ago.
And I'd like to dedicate that to him.
Way to kill the mood.
Well, you just said we were going to have a plane crash, you big
That's
bag
true,
of doom. Right then.
Not we. You.
Well, what about when your plane comes? You're the one that's scared of flying.
I'm not scared of flying.
Yes, you are.
Fool, I embrace it.
You had to spend hours on the internet learning about engines just so you could cope and
No,
get
I
an
know how they
airplane.
work, and now I know that they're pretty safe.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of superstitious guff.
You only aren't scared of flying because you think you're some sort of Jesus figure who'd rise from the flames.
I would fly anyway, regardless of this capsule around me. This is as needless as a petticoat. Right, okay then. So, Matt, you had your Kung Fu lessons in the week.
Yes,
Kung
I did,
Fu
didn't
assessment. How'd it go? Well, was it?
Very well.
Did it go
Well, I
good?
passed, so
But didn't everyone in the old room pass?
depressingly, yes.
How many people was in that room?
500?
You're joking?
No, no. There was
How many?
probably, in my group, about 30, 40 people.
Girls as well, was there?
Well, actually, they said everyone sitting here has passed, so I don't know if they, like, go and squirrel people off in
go
the corridor.
clear
and go,
off.
Get out.
Get out now, you have failed.
Own up.
It's like cycling proficiency, just where everyone passes, isn't it?
2 people failed cycling proficiency.
Were
last
they
long.
bullies and showing off, though, on the
They
cycling
were told to
proficiency?
stop at the end of the road, and they didn't. They went round the corner, and so they deserved to not get it.
So there'll be no certificate for you because you didn't obey the rules and you're learning life.
I bet you
don't
haven't
follow
got your
the
cycling
rules.
proficiency, have you?
Yes, I... Oh, no, I didn't get it. Hey, I didn't get it, I don't think. I remember I went out that day, though, because I thought, this is good, because this isn't a lesson. You're outside.
I bet you were on, like, some sort of little scooter.
I was on a girl's bike.
He's not safe on a bike.
I was on Aunt Sally's bike. Had a basket on
I
the
bet
front
he
of
just
it.
drew a bike and then stood on it and went, "I've done it!" They went, "Yes, that's it. You stay in the playground."
Very good. You're doing extraordinarily well. I think Jamie Dawkins was thrown off for doing wheelies. I think that like he couldn't be allowed cycling proficiency. But I don't imagine that Jamie Dawkins was the type of character who would have allowed certification to either enhance or inhibit his cycling life. If he want to go on a bike, he's going to go on one.
Exactly. It's
Even
like
if
people
it
who get
weren't his
banned from
bike.
driving. There's the sort of people who just go, "I'm banned."
Yeah,
You
that's
think,
true.
My God.
The kind of people that were banning them from driving, they'll just drive anyway.
What they should have done is the people who flouted the rules of cycling proficiency should have been put down there and then.
There and then they should be taken away, rounded up. But perhaps they would resist being rounded up. They must be chained.
Just make them take away. And then, no.
Do we get a bit too into dark territory?
Yeah, I was going, yeah.
Okay, so listen though. What about this? I don't know if I've worried you with this before, Matthew, but on eye tests, I think that my contact lenses are not strong enough because I'm so good at the eye test that I excel beyond the Oh,
You shouldn't wear them while you're having the eye
diagnosis.
test.
No, what I'm saying is, you know that bottom line, I reckon I try so hard that I do get more right than I should.
What you
know
should
I
do
mean?
is when you go in, go, hello, yes, go and read it and remember it. And
Yeah,
then when they
look,
put you in the position...
I'm not saying I want to see it as a challenge. I'm saying that my contact lenses are not strong enough simply because of my willpower when I'm in that eye
You
test
said this to me
situation.
before, you psychopath.
I'm just saying that I'm one of life's survivors, is what I'm
So what are you
saying.
saying? You're so... Why do you... I don't have any need for glasses, contact lenses,
All right.
anything.
Well, they didn't help
So
you
why
in
are
your
you saying,
karate
I'm
lessons.
so good?
They just let everyone pass that. Go on, everyone, all go through, all walk the streets
Pay
safely.
the money, there you go.
You've all got your badges.
No, I think some people did
Don't
fail.
worry. Who do you think failed?
But just
No
not
one
in
did.
my group, because I was in an advanced group, you know.
How advanced was it?
Me, Jason Bourne.
You said
James.
You said there was some poor lad who could barely walk who spent lunchtime scoffing down chips.
Yeah, but he wasn't in my group. Little milksop.
Was he a fragile lad? Because you said
Yes.
that it undermined the entire system.
Yeah, because if you, he didn't really know what he was doing, so it's a bit like fighting a crisp packet, and you sort of, you can't really do the moves properly.
But what I'm saying, look, can we just clear up one of the two issues? Here's one of them. My ability to overcome the odds in an eye test.
Your eyesight's terrible. I remember once we were on the tube,
Yeah.
and we were walking along a platform, and I read a sign that said, this exit is closed due to flooding. Right?
Yeah,
I read
yeah.
it, and we carried on walking towards it, and I thought, oh, he must know something extra.
Yeah.
He must know this place.
Yeah.
We walked all the way up to it. We were about a metre away from it, and he went, flooding? Oh, God. And I'd read that.
back.
I read it 100 metres away.
We'll all be drowned! Well, why didn't you have the
And he read it
wherewithal?
with his finger. This exit
Oh, my word, another raised bit. Oh, my word!
loading.
It's diluvian! Oh, so why didn't you have the nous to get us to turn back 100 metres away instead of wasting our lives
It was like where you lived, so I thought, oh, he must know something.
Oh, what do you mean? I don't work on the underground. I
I know,
wouldn't
you
know
were probably
that.
rabbiting on, weren't you? Probably couldn't interject.
Then I imagined what I did, what do horses really think. So, all right. So, but really, it's a meaningless bauble.
Glad I
Your
don't come on the
test.
tube with you anymore. You used
Why?
to talk far too loud. When I'm on the tube, I just travel.
Yeah.
And I don't mind muttering, a little muttered conversation. But you go, yeah, well, I had these two birds over. Making a scene, dear.
Yeah, well, that's why I always like it if someone gets onto a public transport vessel and does perhaps some religious preaching. You know, like they're like some sort of a nut will get on and go like, right, society's going to end. I think, oh, all right, fair enough. Perhaps it
Oh,
will.
someone louder than me.
Hello, it's a loudness contest, is it, my man? Well, perhaps the world can't end quickly enough. How about that? Perhaps this is the end of the world. Yeah, no one thinks like that no more. I like them, those maniacs. Right, okay, our jingle race war will continue. We've got all sorts of jingles to listen to. Plus, what else?
Madeley, where's Madeley?
He'll turn up, won't he? Russell, if you want to email me, do. russell.brand@bbc.co.uk. Whilst in America, we will continue doing the show across the water, across the Atlantic. What's your problem?
You, vomiting.
So, what?
Sorry.
It's my nerves,
A
yeah.
little bit of seasickness.
Who's all them people? Right, Nick's here, the vicar's son. Nick,
Don't call him that.
Nick's had his hair cut all short, right? And I spoke to him, all his boyish, foppish hair, he's had it cut all short. I goes to him, oh, what, you've had your hair cut short, are you alright? Because, you know, when someone with long hair gets their hair cut short, you think, oh, there goes another one, over to the other side. And he goes, oh, don't worry, I don't look hard or anything. Like as if he was going to look like Begbie out of Trainspotting. Lovely Nick, the delicate disappointment of a son to a vicar.
Don't call him
Why
that.
do you say you do because you think it's too real, too close to the truth? He never edits out of the show, so he must not mind it. That's
I
what-
know, but I think he sheds a silent tear every time.
Yeah, but imagine if you were a vicar and you spawned him out, you'd think, well, is there a God? That's a real test of his father's faith. That he's spawned that lad, comes in here,
He's
produces
proof of
this
God
filth.
to me.
He is, he's lovely, isn't he? He's got the gentleness of Michael Cera, the actor from
Yeah, that's actually-
Juno.
Yeah.
And also Arrested Development and everything. Juno, good film, go and see it.
Yeah, okay. Bye.
But I love you! Right, hold on, come on, let's get on with what we're doing.
Well, what
Play-
song do you want to play for me and Daniel? She's gone but not forgotten.
This is Ian Daniels, Gone But Not Forgotten. Like Barbara, the lady who's cleaning my room out there in Antigua.
This is her husband?
Gone But Not Forgotten. Yes, her husband.
Right, okay.
Well then, let's have a listen then. Boss Hogg listens to stuff like this.
Well, I think it's a silly song.
Western thing. Hello, all right. What did you do at the end there?
You weren't here, so Professor Yaffle said, what a silly song.
Ian, don't use the apple on the end of Ian Daniels' smash hit. Gone but not forgotten. I liked it. Just regular country. We thought it might be some sort of fusion.
Yeah, I thought there'd be some sort of fusion.
Yeah, like some sort of Caribbean twist to it, but there you go. But G says it's well popular everywhere, so there you go. We can't fight that kind of thing, Matt. We just got to accept what G says on anything to do with Afro-Caribbean culture. Right, what are we going to do now then? Jingle Race War on the back, on the back of that. Jingle Race War, like Sam Gamlin has done with their new version of Gay. So that's number 39, Matthew.
Yes,
it says here.
got it here.
Sam Gamlin, right, this is their jingle. Let's see if it's any good.
Hello, time for my regular item gay. Regular item gay.
Try to make it sound like I'm saying I'm gay. That's not a jingle.
Hello, time for my regular item gay. Regular item gay now.
This contest, or this race war, attracts some odd people. Listen to Jack Wagstaff, 41. That's a great name.
That's not an age.
Jack Wagstaff. Let's see
I
what
don't have many friends, which is why I like listening to the Russell Brand show on Saturday nights.
Oh.
I enjoy Matt's warming voice and Russell's big hair on BBC
Can't enjoy
Radio
hair on a
2
radio.
on 9 to 11.
You
On
can.
88 to 91 FM.
Well, I like that because that's a cry for help. That was a
definitely was.
literal cry for help. I've never anything like it. Good work there, Jack Wagstaff, if that's your real name, which I doubt. Chris Wood is number 44. This is a jingle about Matt Morgan, who seems to be attracting quite a lot of jingles. Let's have a listen.
Oh, Matty Morgan, the original victim, justify you to the chorus of pin, street safe because of him, so be aware of hepatitis symptoms.
I liked that.
That's
Although
nice.
It is the crime of bad rapping, you know,
Yeah,
but nonetheless.
ironic rapping.
Yeah, and I like the
Sounded
sort
like
of-
live drumming.
and the Wurzel style vocal I quite enjoyed. It was quite rural, and I like that it was faithful to the actual narrative of the Pin Pin saga, where you were pin-pinned by Darren French and described yourself as the original victim, and I brilliantly used Ice-T's Original Gangster to express that. Let's have a listen to Ryan Cronin at 46, also a celebration of Matt Morgan.
It's just a little grab of Matt Morgan, original victim. Listen.
But we've just goes, Gary! Original victim, it just sounds mad.
What a weird person.
What's wrong with everyone in this
Ryan.
whole world? Let's listen to Pete Glover's Pin Pin, shall we? See what he's got to say for himself.
That's good.
That's a reference to a band called Rammstein.
And that's our new item, Pin Pin. Hello, Russell, Matt and G, says Sarah from York. I got pin-pinned going into a nightclub the other day by a bouncer. See how far your influence spreads? When I incredulously asked him why he only pin-pinned me and not my friends or the people who had gone in before me, he said in a very creepy Bill Sykes-esque voice, I only pin-pins the pretty ones.
What? There's a bouncer pin-pinning?
There's a bouncer pin-pinning, you heard it here first, guys. It's the craze that's sweeping the nation. Pin-pin, they say. Right, we've got this nan thing here. This is a nice nan, you know that item, nans, the things they say.
We need a
probably
jingle
call it.
for that.
Do a jingle for that. We can keep this up as a regular item. It's
Hello,
quite good, isn't
dear.
it? Hello, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, cry me pipes are hurting.
Things that Nan say.
The things we say, we don't know what we're doing, do we? Like that kind of thing. Use that. You can sample that. Right. Matthew. This is from Jamie Winter. I was at my nan's the other day watching Deal or Deal. Deal or Deal. That's a crazy new show. We've got no real option. Deal or No Deal. When the woman on it mentioned she was a lesbian, my nan burst out, come on, Noel, send her home with 1p. 1p.
As if Noel's in charge of it.
Well, I'm sorry. You're a lesbian. No, I
It's not how
can't.
Noel Edmonds talks.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm Brown Blessed.
Well, perhaps you were watching a very different version of House Party, but I understood him.
Hello, welcome to my crinkly bottom.
Mr. Blobby, you are a clumsy buffoon. I always saw him as a very Falstaffian figure. This is another Nan thing. Matt Morgan is a legend. Nothing to do with Nans, from someone calling themselves Huge, although their actual name is Hugo Dyer. Russell's okay too, LOL. Laugh out loud, one of the worst betrayals this radio show's ever encountered. For the funny things Nan say, my Nan, after watching a documentary on the Holocaust, say it's... What? Hold on. My Nan, after
about
watching...
what you're gonna read
Yeah, no,
now.
but I just picked it up. The other day I watched Life is Beautiful and I realised what a tremendous... awful business the whole Second World War and the Holocaust was for the first time up until
Thank you for that insight.
Do you know what? A lot of people think Hitler's okay, but I'd like to say
I had
he
it
was
filed under slapstick.
he was a right bastard. That fella, Matt.
You say that?
Hitler.
Me?
Was no, you're lovely, but Hitler. Can we say Hitler's about Hitler? Right, Hitler. What you did was unthinkable. My Nan, after watching a documentary on the Holocaust, came out just after it. It's terrible that Tesco's put their prices up. Well, that's got nothing to do with anything. That's abstract, isn't it, from Hugo? Now, his initial comments that Matt Morgan is brilliant make more sense. Hugo is mentally ill. Dear Russell, Matt and G, this, I think, is something that you might want to add to your Nan item. When the subject of gay people came up, there's a theme developing now about Nans being vicious...
Bigots.
Bigots! Yeah, this is not an item called Bigot Nans, is it?
Yeah.
It's just Nans.
You put doilies under some biscuits.
Yeah, what, we want
Makes you
something
go a bit mad.
cute. Like, I want something warm from a Nan. Like, oh, all right, dear. Not like, oh, well, he was all right, weren't he, Hitler? I quite like a man in a black shirt. And it's like meant to be nice stuff. What's this one coming up with? The subject of gay people came up and she said this verbatim. You know, they're very clean people. If you ask one of them to clean your sink, they'd clean it to within an inch of their life. Why would that at any point make your life be in danger cleaning the sink? It's weird, isn't it? P.S. What's G's real name? Are we at liberty to reveal that, G? Perhaps you should remain mysterious.
Guinevere.
Guinevere! Guinevere! This is another Nan thing. Quite good, these Nan things, really. Hello, Russell, Matt and G. My Nan and I passed the vets recently, which had veterinary surgery displayed on the outside. She stared at it and said, in a Dot Cotton-style voice, which is what I would have done anyway, so we didn't really need that direction from you there, Anthony Powell. Oh, political correctness has gone mad. Fancy having to go to a separate hospital just because you don't want to eat meat. She then looked blankly at me for a few moments and dotted off. Cheers. Ant from Rochdale. Don't believe that one.
Don't believe
It's a joke
that.
one, isn't it?
Joke one.
Shouldn't have made it. Shouldn't have made it through. It's a joke one. Russell.brand@bbc.co.uk if you want to email us some stuff. Want to stick on a record, Matthew?
Yeah, can I play Jesus, I Was Evil?
Is that thing that you're doing to get tickets for something?
No, but that's coming up.
All right. No, this is something that Matt's playing legitimately out of a love for music. Later, you can hear what Matt plays when he's trying to manipulate people into giving him Smashing Pumpkins tickets. But for now, let's listen to Darcy Clay. That's Jesus, I Was Evil, Darcy Clay. Listen to Russell Brand on BBC Radio 2. This is a pre-recorded show, but by Jingo, I'll be having fun with it. What's that thing I was going to tell you about? I've got something important. I've written it down here on a bit of paper. Oh, yeah, I was listening to this person yabbering on the other day, gentleman he was, sort of, you know, people that have fallen through the cracks of society a little bit, like
Yes.
jogging bottoms and a strange smell. There's an unidentifiable
Snob.
odour. Hold on a minute, I'm not...
Jogging bottoms.
they were not out jogging or they'd not been doing any exercise. They'd just clearly given up on the idea of sartorial matters. There was no tailoring, there was no belt, there was no accessorising. They were simple. I might as well better put these on, otherwise my genitals would be exposed. That was clearly the thinking behind that choice, right? I heard him go, he said, listen to this for an outburst. He goes, well, I got this thing on the side of my head. I'm very worried about this thing on the side of my head. I don't know what it is. I had a dream the other night. I was laying in bed and in the dream, something was telling me, swerve, swerve, swerve. So in the dream I swerved, but I was down horizontal laying in my bed and I swerved and I rolled over and crushed an antique table by my bed. And when I woke up, I was all covered in water and yoghurt. What does it all mean? Like, the water and the yoghurt bit and part of a dream. You can't analyse that as if it's part of the dream.
So the dream told him to swerve. He rolled out of bed, landed on an antique table that had water and yoghurt on it.
Yeah, the only thing that says is, why have you got yoghurt on your antique bedside table? That's the only question.
And why were you on a date with this man?
Well, in spite of his jogging bottoms, he had very twinkly eyes. There was something about him that made me feel I'd be very safe in his
meet
company.
people like this? Oh, I know.
Just drift about. Yeah, I guess it doesn't take a detective, but we've got one. Right, come on in, let's work out what people want from us. See if we like it.
There he is, floundering over there while I seamlessly start my Madeley quotes.
Do your Madeley
This is
quote.
Richard Madeley to Joe Brand, who used to be a bell ringer. You know that really bad comedy moment when the bell ringer takes off into the air? Is that really possible?
Could that actually happen? And you'd see up its cassock if it was a monk. Richard Madeley wouldn't leave us his phone number, so we can't ring him. We're just, he's up to him when he calls us. We're completely beholden to him. And it's boiling hot in here. And
thank
for me
God.
to say that,
I have to-
it's ridiculous.
I thought I was just having to put up with this.
Well, you
Thought
just
this
thought
was
that's
how you
right.
needed
I've
to
never
be.
been so hot.
I thought you were in that period of your, monthly gestation where you have to be warm at all times. Your eggs to hatch or whatever goes on in your body.
And my spawn will not flourish in sub-zero temperatures.
Listen to what he said to Sophie Ellis-Bextor. Where did you get your face? It's Egyptian, almost cat-like. What's it like without makeup?
You can't say that to people. You'll unsettle them, wouldn't you?
I think he's brilliant.
What was Sophie Ellis-Bextor supposed to do when confronted with
I've
that
actually
kind of
wondered
information?
what her face looks like without makeup.
Well, it'd just be like that, wouldn't it?
Quite wide, though.
Yeah, but she's an attractive woman, isn't she, Bextor?
I know, but without the sort of makeup around the eyes,
Well, you just think it would be too much of an
her
expense.
eyes might look a bit lost.
Lost
a big
in
sea
there.
of face.
Just like two mushrooms in an omelette.
Yeah. Ugh, imagine that, just an omelette with 2 mushrooms in it.
Yeah, it'd be a sorry excuse for a bit of food. No, I think, I don't think he means any harm, does he, Madeley?
No.
He's just an inquisitive gentleman.
He is very similar to Alan Partridge, isn't he? Sort of real life Alan
Why
Partridge.
ain't he ringing us? That's what I'd like to know.
No.
He's just living his life, isn't he? I see him from time to time because we live nearby each other. Generally, he's going by in a car. I'm walking out. Hey, Russell! He says, leans out there, and then just, it's difficult to have a chat with someone in a car because you can never judge how long the chat is going to take because they're in traffic or there's a traffic light or something.
Yeah.
So I try and just make some pithy observation, keep it tight, And
Hey, Russell, why are you with that man with jogging bottoms on? They covered in yoghurt.
Shut up! It's the only way we can relax of an evening. We can't sleep without yoghurt. Nice when we had our photo done earlier, wasn't it? Team photograph of all the people in our organisation. Very relaxing.
It's
Nice.
nice for me to be represented in the bookie book, finally.
Oh, right, yeah, well, I forgot to do all them photos. The bookie work was done under enormous pressure, as you know. There's an
Yes.
enormous lot of aggravation to write a book. Goes on and on, 95,000 words. of
When's
bloody things.
part 2 out?
It's not part 2. I am doing another book, though. Doing another.
What was it, a detective thriller or something?
It's a real page-turner, this one. Romance, frills, spills. No, I'm writing one of those things where I'm just going to say my opinions on this and that.
Oh, God.
What's wrong with
A
that?
diatribe.
Yeah, a diatribe on my opinions. Fashion, romance.
The Bible, the real one.
Yeah, what about this? Space aliens. Are they really there or are they not? Things like that.
Your opinions and stuff.
Yeah. I've been offered the deal. I've said, all right. What?
What's it called?
Mum knew what? I don't know, I ain't thought of nothing. Call it what you want.
Garblings.
Babblings. Ill-conceived money spinner.
What daft ideas about there being no families and everyone bringing up...
Yes, that go in it. That's a
Do
good
a series
idea.
of speeches and then, have someone, write them out.
Why are you saying that? Are you trying to get me into bother?
Yes.
Don't try and put ideas
I'd
in my
like to
head.
see you at a sort of lectern going, another thing I think.
Yeah, all right, I'll do it. But here's what about me getting in trouble for weeing in a cup, right?
Did you?
Yeah, in here. When we was talking to Dickie Dawkins, when Richard Dawkins was on the phone, I didn't want to be disrespectful and go for a wee, so I'd done a wee in a cup. And some rat grass from the BBC sold it to the paper. Not none of lovely Vicar's son Nick.
Hang on, who are you in trouble with, the BBC?
No, I'm in trouble with anyone because, I mean, what can that, what you say, don't wee in a cup, there's nothing you can do.
But
is there?
what, so the papers
It
thought
was just in the paper going, oh yeah, Russell Brand weed in a cup. I mean, it's like, where'd you go with a story like that? Except for Jonathan Ross saying, like, oh, I wouldn't be able to do that because my tacker wouldn't fit into a cup. I didn't put it in the cup, I was above the cup.
You did? You dangled it over the side, it looked like a tiny man getting into a swimming pool.
It looked like a bloated gent getting into a jacuzzi. That's what it looked like.
It looked like a little sock hanging over the edge into the sea.
It looked like jumping it up, getting into a washing up bowl. It's a beautiful sight it was. How dare you criticise my prize-winning genitals after all they've done for you?
Looked like a little tic-tac going into a skate park.
Right, hold on, let me figure something. I don't know, say, like, imagine. Listen, stop having a go at my genitals, all right? They're lovely guys down there. They do difficult work and they're scarcely ever properly rewarded for it.
Or cleaned.
Spick and span, they are. Lovely things. Now, come on, let's not attack them. They've done a lot of work and they can't answer back, like the royal family. Now, you were very keen to learn about that rogue trader. Do you care about it anymore? We're still talking about my penis, by the way.
That could be summed up in 2 sentences.
Well, we can get someone from Newsround. Should we get them? Let's get this person. Do you remember Newsround as a kid? I used to think, I don't care about the bloody news. That's what I thought.
Not as much as Jackanory, though. That was a turn-off.
We just thought, what are you telling us this for?
Apart from when Rick Mail
done it, then it's fine. But the rest of the time, I thought, well, the background does this stupid.
You should animate. Well, these are just pictures from a book.
This is ridiculous. I could do this on my own. I don't need a TV for that.
Yeah, this is reading for idiots.
Reading for idiots is just a sorry excuse. Yeah, it keeps down the standards of education.
And Newsround in art, like now, it's like a little flash good thing.
Yeah,
it was just John Craven came. And finally...
What I never got over is that his name was Craven and his hair was like a raven. So I really always just thought Raven's Newsround, because his hair was so jet black.
And his chest was shaven.
And his genitalia? Why, it was a haven. I liked old John Craven, really.
Like
he had
raisin.
He had quiet authority, did he?
He had what?
Quiet authority.
Oh, I thought he said he had quiet authority, didn't he?
I'm saying that John Craven would do Newsround.
Yeah.
He was like a...
he does Country File now.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Or does he still do that?
I don't know what goes on telly. It's a lost medium.
I don't watch it.
What I'm saying about Craven was, he was like a deputy headmaster, and he's thinking, why are you telling me about this?
Yeah, no, I can imagine him telling you off.
Look, you're not taking the news very seriously. One day these events will affect you, like, for example, you may win into a cup, and it might
Stop
feature
the
in the
horseplay
paper.
and listen, for goodness
For God's sake, you're running around the room, you're using that Twister match, you're not even playing Twister. There's not even the rules of Twister.
Craven did Jackanory. I don't think he'd read the whole story. I think halfway through he'd go, I think this is piffle.
Do you realise that there's another famine that you should be learning about?
BFG? So unrealistic.
Even in that giant world, he's not respected. That's what I didn't like about the BFG, that in the world of the giants, he wasn't respected.
He was an
little.
odd-looking man. He was all withered.
He was withered, he had them big jug ears.
Why was he interested in Sophie?
What exactly was going on there? Blowing things through people's bedroom windows, dreams.
Snozcumbers. He ate snozcumbers.
Yeah, he did, mate, and they were apparently revolting, but he ate them nonetheless. So what's driving him? What makes him tick?
People like him we were meant to look up to as children.
Roald Dahl wrote them stories in a shed with leaves on the ground, didn't he, Matt?
Yeah, he did.
There was leaves on the ground.
Yeah.
And
his trousers down, covered in tiddle.
He weaseled his way into our minds.
What about Fungus the Bogeyman, Raymond Briggs' creation?
Yeah.
It was disgusting. He'd come out of the ground and then touch someone's neck and put a wart on it. And we were meant to look up to him.
He was very much a role model. And look at how he carried on.
I based my GCSE choices on him.
I've based my entire lifestyle on that man. And look at what thanks I've had. Very little in the way of thanks. It's the Newsround person here. Right, hold up a second. We've got someone here that's actually from Newsround. What is this person's name? Sue? Ellie, are you there, dear? It's Ellie Crisell. Ellie, hello, you're in charge of Newsround now.
Well, no, I'm not in charge of it. I just present it.
Well, you've got some authority. You could just suddenly announce a load of propaganda once you're there, couldn't you?
I sometimes think about saying something crazy and controversial, but I'm too scared to lose my job, so I don't.
What's going on in the world, Ellie?
Yeah.
Tell us now, then.
Rogue Trader.
All right, we'll get to Rogue Trader. You're obsessed. But can't you explain something else to us? Just generally, what's going on? Come on, Ellie.
What's going on generally in the world?
Yeah, what's important? Mayoral races in London. Is anything else? I can't remember what's happening in the world because I have taken Ike's edict to heart that it's all propaganda and lies.
Well, we don't tend to follow like the main news agenda necessarily. It depends. Like we dip in and out. If there's something we think is interesting, we'll do it. But often
that's how I approach my sex life. I dip in and out, and if I think something's interesting, I'll do it, Ellie.
Anyway,
it comes in longer bursts than 15 minutes, and it doesn't. It's not played out for children. That's two important differences.
I hope not.
Why would it be? Little idiots. Yeah, go on.
But what kids are interested in hearing about is stuff that affects them.
The environment they love.
Are they into that?
They love the environment. They love space. They love dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs ain't news. There ain't been one for billions of years. The pterodactyl was seen millions of years ago, just trying to survive. It didn't. Bye! That's not news.
But you see, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know. But they're always discovering new dinosaurs all the time. Like, we seem to report that every week on Newsround. They
Dead
found
ones.
Another new dinosaur.
Another dinosaur sighted ages and ages ago. That don't affect anyone. Listen, we've got a duty to set the news agenda as well as following it. Going on and on about bloody diplodocuses all day long. That's not going to get the baby bathed.
Well,
Newsround's buried in the past. You might as well drag John Craven back in there.
he won't come back. We have asked him, but
He won't. I'm not doing it. Here, I've got some news for you. Piss off. This is John Craven's Newsround. Up yours. Here, Ellie, come in. So Matt Morgan can't understand that rogue trader thing, and even though it was ages ago, he still ain't gone out of his way to learn nothing about it. He's too busy grassing on builders and fighting vigilantes on the streets of London like some sort of John McQueen figure, or McCain, or whoever he is. Now, go on then. Tell us about that rogue trader, if you don't mind, Ellie.
Oh, well...
Why did you sigh like that, dear?
Well,
It's very personal.
It's really complicated.
Are you involved in it?
No.
You little rogue trader.
The more I read up on this, the less I understood about it. So
Bloody hell, that's baffling. Right, so probably me and Matt know more than you, because we've ignored
I'm certain you will do, but what I will tell you is what we did on Newsround, which was basically a very, very short bit about
Go
it.
on.
We didn't go into loads of detail. Because
Can you do it just how you did on Newsround? Because I don't watch Newsround because, well,
Okay,
you know,
all
I've
right,
grown
well,
up and that.
This is the script that I read out on
You've got it with you?
Yeah,
You brought your script home, you boffin.
I printed it off so I could read it for you.
Oh, you're sweet. How old are you?
Well, that's none of your business.
Oh, hello. Now she's been a bit rude. I've got news for you, baby.
Stop it, you're sexualising an interview again.
So what if I sexualise things?
Stop
Keeps
it, I want
me
to know this
cheerful.
information before she...
I'll sexualise you in a minute.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Dirty little devil, sat over there.
Lustful
Shall I
gaze.
leave you to it, or...?
No, stay here. Go on, do
No,
some
go on.
news.
This has happened before.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, this is the script that we did on Newsround.
Yeah.
You'd think most banks are full of money, but this one in France isn't. One of its workers has managed to lose £3.7 billion. It's thought he was secretly trying a plan to make lots of money. The plan went wrong, and he ended up losing.
That's not told me nothing. You might as well have just
news.
gone on about brontosauruses. We've learned nothing.
There's like a story, a little children's story.
But most banks have money. Not this one. It's got a bloody great fibber sat in the corner. How's that helping anyone? We're going to bring up a nation of idiots. That's no fun.
Well, you know, we have to simplify it so, you know, kids can understand it.
Ellie, you bloody old flirt.
How is that flirting?
Because it's made me feel a feeling. It made me feel all dizzy in my tummy. What are you like?
Maybe you should tune in and watch the programme a bit more.
Oh, I will. I'll be tuning into Newsround. Don't you worry about that, my love. I'll be luring you into a complicated scenario, baffling you with
She
science.
won't go near you.
She might? Why might she not go near me?
Policies at the BBC Children's Department.
What? What policies about me?
Yes,
Are
they
there?
do. There's a poster of you on the wall.
Do not allow this man near the Blue Peter
Big
Garden.
cross for your head.
I'll get behind that Newsround desk. Is there still a desk? I'll get in there.
You shouldn't be allowed
There's
in
a
there.
sofa now. There's no desk. There's just a sofa.
All right,
Me on a sofa.
I'll come on now. I'll give some bloody news. Come on, I can help. I'm the voice of a generation, Chris Evans said.
Yeah, but not there.
no.
That one.
No,
Old one.
said it was one of the dinosaur generations.
You're not allowed
Jurassic.
to swear and you're not allowed to talk about your sex life.
No problem. Oh, hello, hold on. Someone's brought a picture of you. Ellie! You little liar. You're fit as a fiddle. Look at her, Matt. She's nice. Right, Baxter, you're in a whole lot of bother because I'm going to trouble you into some sort of pregnancy. You sat on that settee.
Sorry, Ellie, this always happens.
Can I have my tablets now?
We'll send you the legal forms for you to sign. This happens to everyone. It happened to one of the Smurfs earlier.
Chrissy Hyde. There is a support group you can go to.
Fussy then.
So you met Russell Brand. You're probably feeling used about that.
Oliver Postgate's turn to drink now.
Bagpuss was just a poor, abused old man. Professor Yaffle. Well, OK, we'll settle this matter in court. It's lovely talking to you, Ellie Baxter there. Thank you for making life a little
Thank
clearer.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Although you've made my mind a dirty little fog. There she goes, old Ellie Baxter. She swore on the radio, that's her finished. BBC,
said, "Oh,
this
God."
is... Yeah, that's a curse word in some countries.
God.
He did it again! Well, Matt, probably you're wondering what's going on in the world, are you?
Do you know, that's all I want to know.
Well, lucky, we've got a little show that I like to call, on account of it being its name, I believe it's called Muse. It's a programme, it's what cats feel about their feelings and that. No, it's actually the news. Right, so now actual news, what's going on in the world and that, unless you want to prescribe to David Icke's beliefs, in which case it's a Weber deceit. This is BBC Radio 2, online, on digital, and news. That was the Stranglers, Always the Sun. There is always the sun, and there, except at night, but then it's just somewhere else.
The sun is a star and will eventually die.
Oh, great. Why have you come out of that bag of doom for?
It's true.
Russell Brand show me with Matt Morgan, misanthrope, hater of life, pessimist, telling you
It
the
won't
stuff.
die in our lifetime or even our children's lifetimes.
Well, that's all right then, isn't it? What we're going to do, can't, you know, everything's got to change in the end, mate. Let's just let
We'll
go.
probably live on another planet around another star by then.
Yeah, we'll be all right, won't we? We'll find somewhere else to go. We'll just keep on moving on. Alexandra says, Dear Russell and friends, you have just been mentioned on Coronation Street by Becky in the Caff. Now you know you've made it. Love and missed you. That's good. Been mentioned.
Been mentioned on Coronation Street before, haven't it?
Nope, I've been mentioned on EastEnders, I've been mentioned on Emmerdale, and now
Oh, he's
Corrie.
going through his scrapbook.
There we
it
go.
is. I will kill again.
Before you clean the room, perhaps you'd like to have a little look at this. This was an episode of Hollyoaks,
These
where
old things.
Paul Danan quite clearly says...
Your hair looks awful. Who are you? Russell Brand. Who's me?
Here, have a look at this. You'll have sex with anyone. Who are you? Russell Brand. Not my words. Seth
Polish
from Corrie.
this trophy. It's shagger of the year. You're not aware what shagging means. I can show you.
Well,
Oh, you're married to a cowboy.
Nonetheless, we've started the shagging demo now, and there's certain things that I must fulfil. You could, I suppose, use it to clean. Now, we're supposed to be talking to Richard Madeley. He can't be asked, apparently. Well, I don't know, where is Madeley? I hope you don't treat Judy like this, because that marriage will be over in no time at all. He probably don't, he's nice to her, I imagine. But listen to this. To Neil Tennant, if you were going to write an autobiography, who would it be about? Will the gentleman with one nipple please reveal it? I mean, this is all Richard Madeley's words, but we can't get a peep out of him. But we have now got the phone number of his office. We can give him a ring. Let's ring him up and just leave a message for him, shall we, Matt?
Have a go at him. He's left us high and dry. He's a professional. We should know that. It's like having a guest who doesn't turn up.
Right, isn't it? Because I turn up on this show.
Don't do it anymore.
Right, never again. Don't do it again.
Just draw an eye on your hand.
Go here, you go,
Like
mate.
Blaine did.
Oh, yeah, Blaine did do that,
I
didn't
don't think he did it to Richard, though.
Just drew an eye on his hand and said, deal with that.
What if Richard answers? He's at the office late with his secretary.
With my secretary.
Who's this?
Where's Richard? Where is he? Madeley! Well, you're supposed to be calling us. This is Russell Brand. Richard, come on. I've always looked to you as a father figure, if not necessarily a responsible father, a wayward father who'd take me out to, I don't know, a football match, then just drift off, look off into an horizon, perhaps say something unacceptable about the player Tony Daly. I don't know. Come on, Richard, make an effort. Matt, have you got anything to berate Madeley with?
I was just disappointed in him.
We're hurt, Richard, by ring us back, leave a message on our show, so give us your views on things as far-ranging as yob culture, paedophiles, would like your views on that, and the delicate situation in Kenya currently. Perhaps give us your views on them. Richard, I'll always love you. Matthew, you got anything else to say to him?
Yes. This whole Fidel Castro thing, he apparently despises him.
He despises
I
Castro.
want to get to the bottom of that.
Castro's a great socialist hero, Richard, isn't he?
Yeah.
A dictator, but, you know, he knows best. Sometimes you've got to be dictated too. OK, right, so let's listen to now. As well
I
as...
say here, look, in an interview, Madeley named Cuban leader Fidel Castro as the person he most despises.
Well, I despise him. I despise Castro. He misled a nation. No, I make no apologies for that. I wonder why he hates Castro. He's all right. OK, so listen, you know, we've got, like, a jingle competition race war, actually. Jingle race war. Well... let's listen to some of the jingles of some other people. Look at Matt thumbing his way through some CD he's trying to promote. Isn't it out there? You're confused by it? We can play...
well, what we've got up here is Jeremy Vine's jingles.
Come on then, let's have a listen to Jeremy Vine's jingles. Jeremy Vine's jingles.
Oh, here we go, the one's up.
The best music. And the latest news. Jeremy Vine.
Jeremy Vine eerily swooshing through space.
Jeremy Vine.
I imagine him in a sort of Blake Seven outfit, swooshing around during
Yeah.
that. And then why's that woman whispering
Well,
seductively?
Oh, jingles are rubbish compared to him.
They've put a lot of effort into Jeremy Vine's
A
jingle.
shampoo ad.
It's really gorgeous, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right, well, no, has there got any others? That's not even his only one.
All sorts of. Let's have a look. There's another one.
Jeremy Vine. The best music and latest news.
Hang on a minute, right?
Yeah, what?
The latest news sounds like it's late.
The latest news. You should have known this.
I've ever done. There's apparently 9/11's happened.
Fred Flintstone drives car with feet. But why is Jeremy Vine? He's able to convey a huge range of moods and emotions.
What, him personally?
No, he's a monosyllabic, cruel, cold man. But his jingles, like there's joy, glee, sobriety, it's all there in his jingles. All we could do is Russell Brand, that's it, innit?
Online, on digital.
That's it. Whereas we want a bit more bloody...
Well, I've said my brother's a professional, he'll do them.
Oh, Jobs
None
to
of
the
this-
boys, is
yeah.
it? Oh, you're
Bit
trying to
of
get his
nepotism.
brother doing the jingles. What's this now? Oh,
Oh.
here's Doug Fairbanks with his new record so that I can get tickets to the Smashing Pumpkins. What's wrong with you, lad? You can't even get it out of the packet.
Right, hang on.
What are you polishing it for? What is this CD you're promoting this week?
This is a brilliant song by Doug Walker called The Mystery.
I don't think you should be allowed to go to that Smashing Pumpkins gig. I think you should be put on down as a security risk.
Why?
Oh, look at you. You'll do anything. You
Right.
Slavering little obsequious sycophant of a man sticking on that CD just to get your hands on a few stubs.
I know, well, if I was you, I could just go, yeah, I'm turning up. And
Right.
then they'll give you tickets.
But for
me,
you-
I have to work at it.
Demonstrate some.
I have to promote people like Doug Walker, whose song The Mystery is brilliant anyway, because I like it.
Doug
gonna
Walker's
play it
song,
anyway.
The mystery, the only real mystery is where did your value system go? Well, I remember a fresh-faced young man working at MTV said he'd never compromise, bend over for the man. Look at the state of you. Well, I go
Rude
from
song.
strength to strength, mentioned on Coronation Street, turning down money to do adverts. Here's you.
Are you?
Yeah. A small fortune. And the reason I've done it, I don't mind other people doing adverts, I wouldn't seek to condemn them.
Let's us do an advert, and then I can get some money.
You ain't having no money. What would you advertise? Who's going to let you advertise anything?
Well, this is the #1 podcast, right? So
Yeah.
our little rapport, both our voices, we could probably sell something.
This tension that we pass off as rapport is not going to make anyone a penny. Let me tell you that. Now, what's more important is me getting
I
out
should
there.
be the face of some brand of cider.
Look at you thrusting your finger into the future. No one at Magners or some other cider is going to...
Strongbow, Magners,
Oh.
Scrumpy Jack.
Filthy lot of tosh turning people into idiots. It's ridiculous.
I'm available for adverts.
I'm available for adverts when I'm not at Smashing Pumpkins gigs that I've bought with lies and duplicity. Well, if we wanted to, Matt, we could talk to Wolf out the Gladiators, but can you know...
Well, there was something
all
funny
the
I
arse
saw
ache
about
of
that.
it.
There's no Wolf
Getting
fact.
Wolf on the
Listen to
phone,
this.
talking to him. What's the point?
He once stopped a man from vandalising his car, Wolf's car, not his own car probably, by throwing him to the ground and sitting on his windpipe until the police arrived.
Well, that's terribly dangerous.
That means he's got a tiny little bum.
Tiny
He
little...
can focus on one point on someone else's body.
Just like the point of an almond. Just presses that into your trachea when he does a poo. Just comes out. Like, delicious, it would be like whipped
Like
cream.
fish poo.
He just troughs it behind him. Then another gladiator comes along and eats it, like I once saw in my fish tank. And I thought, well, what kind of pets are you guys? If that one does a poo and then you eat it, how can I ever look you in the eye again? In fact, all my pets have at some point or another proven themselves to be cannibals,
they have.
coprophiliacs,
That's
perverts,
because
all of them.
they live under stress.
I need some sort of outlet. Give me another dropping. Good old droppings. There's the word we're bringing back this week. Droppings.
Droppings.
I just left my droppings in the toilet. They were discoloured. Terrible
Also,
business.
what about my insight into the word unsavoury?
Matt has recently realised this. Over to you, Matt, for our new item, Matt's verbal insights on language.
The word unsavoury means sweet.
The opposite of savoury. So if someone goes, isn't that rather unsavoury, you dating those teenagers? What they're actually saying is, you're a real sweetie. Go right ahead, you little tootsie pie.
How are those teenagers?
They're dead now. Now, listen, there are no dead teenagers. That's a ridiculous claim for anyone to ever have made. So, all right, what do we do? Put a record on?
Doug Walker's The Mystery.
Oh, God, right, here we go then. While I turn down adverts, Matt Morgan attempts to get himself into the Smashing Pumpkins gigs with lies, deceit and treachery. If you don't enjoy Doug Walker's work, condemn Matt Morgan, not me. Go on then, put your stinking Doug on.
That's brilliant.
Boring! Idiot. You can't even do your propaganda properly. Sticks that on, drifts off. That's Matt Morgan's mate, Doug.
Doug Walker there, The Mystery. What a brilliant song. It actually is a brilliant song. And that's quite good.
Just for, I don't know.
If you'd brought it in, you'd say it was brilliant.
I'm very much like Ian Daniels, country and western from the Caribbean. And all I get for that is a room cleaned, which has already happened and should be done anyway as a condition of staying in the hotel.
He didn't even tip her, he just went, I'll play that on the radio.
I'll play that on the radio. No, get on with your bloody job.
Photocopy my cuttings.
Yeah, you better show a bloody interest in some of my awards, as I ain't playing nothing for your husband. I shall wheel over the seat in a minute if this continues.
Do you still show people, do you get a laptop out and go, well, hello, you might think I'm just a sort of loud and annoying Englishman, but actually, if you check my laptop, just Google me, there I am.
It's been sanctioned by a small fortune. There you go. Look at my personality. It's actually a job.
Do you still do that?
No, because the Wi-Fi in the Caribbean is not very quick, so you find yourself standing for quite a while looking at Google.
It'll come up soon. Here we go.
Yeah, wait a minute. It's all going to make sense.
That's taken a while, so let's look for my cuttings. And what's this? A bookie book.
Bookie book. Now, it might sound juvenile, but actually, rather a good
Let me
novel.
read you an excerpt.
This actually happened as well. It's going to blow your mind. There I was, an Englishman.
I stepped out onto the stage, and I knew I'm always going to annoy people with this sort of stuff.
I could probably do this for decades more before the game is finally up. The end. Lots of love, old Russ. So, anyway, do I get the room any cheaper? This isn't a hotel, it's a garage, and would you mind leaving? Matthew, what are you drawing boxes for? What's
I'm
wrong
drawing
with you?
a computer.
Listen, right, now, is it right that our beautiful young yobs should have to put up with a shrill, piercing racket going into their young ears? And how come that this shrill, piercing racket is only played to the teenagers? How come we... folks who aren't in our teens aren't getting a bit...
Apparently, you can't hear really high-pitched noises. As you get older, your ability to hear them wanes.
I don't like the thought of that, Matt, do you?
We're all dying.
A whole high-pitched register out there that we're missing out
What
on.
I think is, it says you can't hear it over 25. I'm 30, I reckon I can still hear it.
Look at
I'd
you
like to go
cling
near
on
it.
to your youth. You won't hear it.
No, I bet I could hear it.
I bet I'd hear it.
You wouldn't hear it.
Of course I'd hear
your
it.
wrinkled old face.
Hey, I've still got it. I'm in the first blushes of youth.
You wouldn't even hear the teenagers making the noise outside.
Oh, what's that?
Just that muffled noise. Oh,
crikey, my windows are dirty. Put Steamboat Willie back on. Mickey, you can bring me comfort in me times of difficulty. Well, me pudding.
It's a difficult area of human rights, isn't it?
Yeah, it's wrong. You can't play at high-pitched noises driving teenagers back. What about innocent teenagers that are just living their lives or perhaps helping an elderly lady across the street?
It must be dreadful for a baby that lives nearby. Because how would it go, oh, look at this awful noise?
It will never be able to convey that through language, a gift that it hasn't yet gathered, garnered, gleaned, so there's no sense doing that. Also, yeah,
But yobs are a problem in this country.
Are they, mate?
They are. You don't even go out on the streets.
No, I don't.
Are they, mate? Can they really get into taxis? Can they?
I've not met a yob yet who knows where Hampstead is, to tell you the absolute truth. Up in my ivory tower upon my high horse, I seem quite safe.
No, it is. The country's going mad.
I was astonished when you said that they're on buses now, they play music, it's not even going through headphones, it's just going out into the world.
Tin it sounds awful.
Why are they doing that?
That's the least of the problems.
Well, is it? What else are they up to?
Knives.
They've got knives now, have they? Oh, dear. No, in my day it was conkers, of course. We were satisfied with that. This sounds dreadfully dangerous. What do you mean? You think I've become detached from reality?
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't that attached anyway, was I?
No, you never really were you?
I just looked at it once in a while. I thought, this isn't for me. I should just carry on till I can afford to have this personality. Yeah, no, G's just brandishing his Oyster card. I tried to get on a train recently. I was terrified.
He goes, I'll just get the tube down there. I went, oh, you need an Oyster card. I need a what?
An oyster? You mean I must be some deep-sea diver? Several fathoms neath the earth, this underground does dwell. I'll find a pearl
Took
for
a
you.
conch shell down and blew it.
take me on a magical journey. I shall ride a seahorse. Then I'll be at High Barnet by sunrise. Yeah, I think it's different out there in the world. Mind you, the other day I was out, went to the cinema, see Juno. I had to go use a subway, and it was the same bit of subway that's the tube. I saw those barriers. I thought, hey, that's what I used to jump over. Them, sneak behind someone. Why is that person annoyed? They still got through. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You know.
I only ever did that once or twice.
It's good, isn't it? But it's sort of like limbo dancing a little bit.
Because they go, what are you doing? And you go, don't worry.
I just find it very attractive. Sometimes I double up, a little bit of frottaging as well. Get a free journey. Also, rub my willy about on some poor old lady's Mac. It's a lovely way to pass the
That's
day.
obviously joking. I remember we actually used to sometimes just climb over the barriers. They go, "Oi, what are you doing?" And you go, "I don't exist."
This is a figment of your imagination.
I'm from the future. You'd say things like that and get away with it because they were confused.
You're seeing something that hasn't yet happened. Go back to your booth. You're a ridiculous man.
How did that used to work?
If I was really here, why would I be saying that this is medieval days? None of this makes sense. Yeah, it was good that was, those times. Silly business, really, or what went on. Hold on, what else did I see down there in that there subway? There's a button you pressed on the wall for information. You press the button and the phone starts ringing. You can get the sense that someone's going to appear on the end of the line at some point, but I just drifted away. I didn't like it. I couldn't bear the tension. It was
like
Pinterest.
a touch screen thing?
It wasn't a touch screen, Matt. It was a button, such as you might find in the Fisher-Price thing, or other children's toys are available. Where you press the button and, you think, well, I've learned how a cow sounds now. Something.
Right, yeah.
Which is, why is there so much prominence on what a cow sounds like? Why are children interested in that? It's never going to... You'll learn that eventually. You'll pick it up. Cow
He had a lot
moo.
of prominence in childhood, didn't
Cow go moo, pig goes oink. Frog, what does that go? And why? When is there ever going to be a test? Is it ever going to be relevant?
Well, you were asked it a lot. Are you bitter because you could never get it right?
Okay, pig. Now, I remember those. Those are the ones that like bananas. Okay, it's King Kong. I know this one. No, give me a moment. I'll be with you.
There you go. Pig, yes, because they're named after the noise they make.
Pig,
Next.
they say. Come on. Oh, this is getting quite good. So I put the triangle in the round one, and that way we've... No, damn you, God. Look, what if you gave me a softer shape, then I could put it through any of these holes? Let's put a record on.
What sort of music do you like?
Well, I see that the Melvins are there. Stick them on, they might cheer us up.
Yeah, it's quite,
Is it intense?
not intense.
Well, alright, we'll listen to the Melvins then. It's not intense. That was the Melvins Revolve. You're listening to Russell Brand on BBC Radio 2. We are online. We are on digital. There is a podcast available, and it's probably the best bloody damn podcast you ever like to get your hands on. You're right, Matthew Morgan, co-presenter of the show.
Very well. Co-presenter now, not sidekick.
I've been calling you co-presenter for a while. I don't know why that's come as any kind of great shock or news to you. I got on well with that lady, didn't I, old Ellie Baxter, off of the Newsround? Quite a lot of rapport, I thought.
Not sexual rapport.
Didn't you think so?
No.
No.
They're kind of asexual.
Newsround presenters.
Women.
You wouldn't have a sexualised Newsround presenter because it would be distracting. Although I do like a lot of newscasters just because of the, they're telling you stuff. And
I sometimes think they should have... I know there is the news, but they should have something that's really dumbed down and stupid.
Yeah.
Like a news round for stupid adults.
Why is that, Matthew?
Because I think
you
some people
understand
don't
what's
watch the
going on?
news because they feel like they're not part of that world. They think this doesn't concern me. And it's too, boring for them.
Well, how would it work, this news show? What do you want to happen? All right, do an example of it.
Oh, hello. Come on.
Oh, hello, like talking to an old woman. Oh, hello. Oh, yeah, you're not going to believe this, right?
Like...
Camden's on bloody fire. Anyway, try not to worry. There's a lot of soot. See all that black cloud up there? Don't worry. That's just there's no more Camden now. Bye!
No, but what's that transvestite called? Lily Savage.
You want him to do it? Him.
If he came on and went, oh, right, well, the Middle East,
right.
well, this is the basic what's happening, and then said...
Lily Savage's news?
No, I've made a mistake, but...
You have made a mistake, as have I, allowing you to emerge from the shadows into this spotlight.
Stupid news has a place on telly.
Stupid news?
But for people who don't watch the news. Make it a bit interesting.
News
because
for
then
people who
you
don't
want a
watch the
revolution.
news.
You've got to educate people. People have got to take an interest in what's going on.
Well, actually, no. I think that the apathy can go, like, you know, they say, of course, that apathy helps the status quo to be maintained. But I think eventually there'll be so much apathy that I'll go to people, come on, let's just kick off a whole new society. It's going to be a lot better. And they'll be so detached from what's been going on that I'll seem like I'm speaking a lot of sense.
But
a lot of it will just be a riddle.
Unfit and numb to everything.
That's what I want from my revolutionary force. A big load of slouches.
Well, you'll have to wheel them to Hazard Parliament on their sofas.
Come on, guys, let's get in there. Let's make some fuss. Christopher Wren designed that. His name's the name of a bird as well. Come on. I can educate him as we go.
Hazard Parliament, did he?
Yeah, he did. He does all that sort of stuff that looks like matches. We can
St.
find
Paul's.
that. Look, on the Idiot News, mate, you don't ask questions.
You could present it.
Oh, yeah, all right. Well, I'm interested now that it sounds like a gig.
Because then
with a
at the
bit
end
of
you could
pizzazz.
wink and go, revolution. Come on, guys.
Don't trust anything I've just said, because I'm only saying it to keep you on your sofa, you big fat idiot. I'd never say that to anyone. A Polish anthropologist wants British people to make jokes about Poles to help them blend into society. Michael... blend into society.
What?
You're sticking out from society like a jarring, vivid, livid portrait of yourself. Michael Garapish, a social anthropologist at Roehampton University, told Polish media that his countrymen were too sensitive and needed to lighten up. He said what the English love to knock down most is pompousness, false ideas and self-importance. Should be pomposity. Poles are touchy and have their taboo subjects. How Polish people react to being the butt of English humour would be a real test of whether or not Poles are really integrating into Britain. If the Poles can learn anything from the British, it's not to take themselves too seriously. But what would we say about the Poles?
They're builders.
There! Now have a good laugh about that racism. Stop taking yourself so seriously.
That's what people would make the jokes
And
about.
get on and do our kitchens, for God's sake. So stay in there. You've been there a month. What's going on?
Americans do have, like, the equivalent of the old-fashioned Irish joke in America is a Polish joke.
Oh, that's not very nice.
Well, that's what they do.
Or the Irish jokes.
None of it.
Stop
Don't
making...
single people out. Don't try and blend them in by making jokes about them.
Just trying to blend you in, you bloody moron. Get blended, you absolute...
Catholicism.
Blend away. Year of the Rat. Price of hamsters has tripled in China after... I'm doing this Idiot News now. Look at how I react to stuff. You make a suggestion, bang, I'm straight on it. That's the way the show works.
Year of the Rat, prices of what? Tripled
Rocketed.
on hamsters.
Yep,
They're not
because...
rats.
Well, here's the news, my friend. This is why it's a good job we've got this Idiot News, because you're already baffled. And don't try and pretend it was some act of altruism setting up this Idiot News when you be its #1 viewer, probably sending in drawings of the presenters. Lily, I've done this of you. Thanks for telling me about the news. Love you, from Matt Morgan. By the way, is the soot in the sky really Camden? If so, can I still drink there? Love you, bye.
I'm a very intelligent man. I get my news from the internet.
You don't know nothing
Don't buy
about that.
papers, don't watch the telly.
Look, stop going on about things, eh? I'm trying to do my news.
Hamsters.
The animals are considered lucky and more acceptable pets than rats since the Chinese New Year. The Chinese word for rat, lao shu, covers a wide variety of animals that can include kangaroo rats, hamsters and moles. Pet shops have been selling out at comparatively high prices of 30 yuan. That's £2 per hamster. That's not much for a life, is it?
Hang on a minute, how can they have one word that means moles, rats and hamsters?
I know, 'cause it's impossible to have a basic
How could
conversation
you learn
about
to be
it.
a vet?
Oh no, there's a rat! Stroke mole,
mole,
stroke mouse, stroke vet's assistant, stroke stethoscope over there. What do we do? Yeah, that's no way to run a vet's. Meanwhile, a Nanning zoo in southern China has been importing rat-like creatures around the world in a tribute to the new year. Rat-like creatures.
The rats are everywhere. Why
You'll
not
probably
have
get
rats?
the phone call before too long.
Who's talking?
Ratting your way into Smashing Pumpkins gigs. Playing old Doug Wallace and his latest warblings.
Doug Walker.
Doug Walker, you mean Doug Walker?
The mystery, it's out on
Doug Walker, it's a mystery.
March the 10th.
Why don't you stop licking Doug Walker's arse? Arse licker. Now, a lot of people say, Matt, that bigamy is a crime. Those people are the police and the legal system of Great Britain. I, Russell Brand, think that it might be nice if I was allowed as many wives as I want. Might it?
The thing is, if you don't marry him, you might as well just live in sin with a load of women.
In
No one can
sin,
stop
you
you.
big Catholic nit. Oh, I've been living in sin with my common-law wife. Oh, blimey, cross myself. What, can't speak, can't lie. What are you living in sin, you soppy sausage? Bigamist let off jail as wives back him. Well, so they should. They're his wives. Stand by your man. You know, once you've married him, get behind him. Never mind nitpicking about there being another wife just over there, hoovering up maintenance. Well, it turns out he was leading a double life. He was living a double life. He had one life, then you have another one. Double life. A bigamist who was exposed when he invited the same guest to both weddings. You bungling idiot. What a daft way to do it. Might as well have tried to use the same wedding cake. There's teeth marks in this wedding cake. Don't worry about that, you stupid cow. Get on with the hoovering.
Bigamy is a stupid name for it because it sounds good because it's got the word big in it, and also it sounds like bigamy. Sounds like big of me.
That's big of you. Yeah, it was bigamy. Oh, you married 2 women. I suppose you feel really big. Yeah, it was real bigamy. You boastful fool. Listen to what he's done now. He invited the same guest to both weddings. He walked free from court yesterday after his wives forgave him. Randolph Edge, nice name, 54, hand in hand with first wife Edna Winkle. Nice. Winkle and Edge.
Like Edna Winkle, so that's the Edna Winkle.
Edna Winkle, Edna Winkle, Edna Winkle. It's just a lovely head with a winkle.
What about that bit in James Bond, the latest James Bond, where she goes, James, even if you adjust your head and your little finger.
No, your lips.
And your little finger. You'd be more of a man than anyone.
What? I'd be a weird little monstrosity. Like the caterpillar man I once read about in the World's Book of Amazing Freaks, which purported to be a celebration, because it was called something like Incredible People, and then it spent the whole book sniggering at invalids. Look at this incredible special freak! Right, there was a bloke called Caterpillar Man. He didn't have nothing except an head and a body, much like James Bond in the depiction by that bird. And like he'd done as a trick was rolled cigarettes with his lips. That was his. He did. That was his job at a circus. He looked alright. He was called the Caterpillar
Man. He'd be more like just a. Well, he wouldn't look like a caterpillar, would he?
The only trouble is he's never going to metamorphosise into Butterfly Man. Simply, he's just going to starve to death in a sock drawer. That's the real
Actually, call him
tragedy.
Pez Man.
Pez Man? Yeah, okay. Pez Dispenser Man.
Yeah.
Like he'd peel his head back and get a nice refresher out of his body.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. I'll suggest it to the distant past and see if it can be amended, Matt, but I don't know if we have that kind of power. Randolph Edge, 54, arrived with his wife, Edna Winkle. Yeah, that is a true thing. If James Bond was just some lips and fingers...
I've got an idea if I was an Edna Winkle. Come on, love.
Edna Winkle. Yeah, I've got Edna Winkle. Your Ed, my Winkle. Go on, girl. Who's that lady over there? Don't worry about her. Just get on with your work. And also, you, do the ironing. Edna Winkle. Here, you, arse crack and iron. I don't know. What a way to live. The pair were married for 4 years until they separated in 2006, but never divorced. He then illegally wed 21-year-old, 21, he's 54, 21-year-old Patience Carey. Patience and care.
Carey. Everyone's got a storybook name in this.
This is a preposterous tale.
She's so lovely that when she found out, she went, I'm patient and caring.
I'm a bit carey.
She's just an Ed and a Winkle.
So I suppose I shouldn't be jealous.
You are living on the edge. Robert. What's his name? Robert Edge.
Yeah, he's Robert Edge. She's Edna Winkle. She's patient and caring. Patience Carey Edge. She kept that name. What a daft cow. Patience Carey. Not, she might be nice. Patience Carey Edge and Ms. Carey are no longer in a relationship, but still live together and are even better friends than ever. Yesterday at Norwich Crown Court, Ms. Carey pleaded for him to be spared jail. Ms. Winkle was giving Edge a second chance, his lawyer said. The trucker of Kings Lynn, Norfolk, was sentenced to 12 months supervision, 100 hours of community service. Judge Peter Thompson warned, do not treat anybody with this kind of disdain again. Right.
He was married to him as well. Didn't want to bring it up.
You absolute fiend. Oh, and when you get in, could you please feed the dog? But that's it. Don't do it after that.
That's because he's a trucker, you see, because he can always go, I've been trucking all night.
Oh, that bloody truck. Just when I thought I didn't have to do more trucking, I done another couple of hours of trucking. I must have trucked myself senseless. Is that why you're so tired, all the trucking? Yeah, I trucked my brains out before I got here. I've been trucking this way, I've been trucking that. I can't be trucking bothered. There he goes then, old Robert Edge. One of
Lovely
the
names on display there.
Yeah, patience, Carey, Edna Winkle, James. Even if you were just a glass of tit milk and a dirty lie, I'd still love you more than the man in the moon.
How did that get into the final edit of that film?
As soon as I saw that line, I'd go, look, get that
Everyone
out.
laughs. Everyone laughs at that bit.
Yeah, do
everyone
they laugh
laughed in
down
the cinema. Yeah, down the cinema.
Down the cinema, you know. We go to the cinema. I down the cinema. Like some bloke try to sell me some popcorn.
Come down the cinema, I've got 10 fags in the lighter.
10 fags in the lighter. He goes, do you want some popcorn? Yeah, I was trying to buy some popcorn off that guy, and then he reached over and touched me on the dick. You might want to get a policy together where that sort of thing doesn't happen, as I want a full and complete refund. So I'm sorry, sir, this isn't a cinema, and I would like to tear up that marriage certificate right now. They don't call me Dorothy Trustworthy for nothing.
If you are listening and confused, don't worry. Everyone else is, and we're hoping this will end soon.
Not likely it won't. I've got yet more things that I nearly don't half believe nor nothing. Ah, good old life, eh? Soon I'll be off in another country. But how are you going to cope? That's the main thing. You listen to Russell Brand, BBC Radio 2. I'm here with Matt Morgan. How are you going to cope?
We're doing the show, aren't we, somehow?
Oh, yeah, we'll do the
That'll
show.
be a lifeline for me.
Hey, you said that, Sarky. You're going to pop over Los Angeles?
Yes, 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock, see you there. I'll meet you at the station. Yeah, I'll probably see...
will come over.
McKenna, won't I? Paul McKenna, hypnotist.
Yes, yes.
Ah, good old America. That's that one where their flag's made out of lines and the galaxy, isn't it?
Yes.
Been there before, like it there. It's nice, yeah. Yeah, I'll be happy there.
So what, you've got a nice house with a swimming pool and stuff?
Yeah, I expect it's quite nice, yeah.
What are you going to do, just pace around reading your lines?
Yeah, pace around, think about how I'm getting on with Adam Sandler, I suppose. I wonder if he'll come on the show.
He might do, mightn't he?
He might do. I interviewed him once on MTV, do you remember, Matt?
Yes,
That was back before I'd become the movie star, wasn't it? Remember?
Before I'd become the movie star.
Remember that bit, you know, sitting down, you know, you thought I might have some toffees. Now then, I think I've gone mad again.
You know this Hollywood thing?
Oh, yes.
You don't deserve it.
You don't deserve Hollywood. You've been very silly all morning. You've not listened to your arithmetic. Hold on, I'm just on the edge of something brilliant. I can't tell what it is yet, but we'll bloody well get there.
What?
Hold on, it's just my brain. It's formulating something. It's formulating something quite marvellous. It's about to do with trust or something.
Oh, God. I think you're about to faint.
No.
Here I go.
There goes my brain. It's
Here comes the floor.
Hold on a minute. The floor shouldn't be up here with my face. Oh, how come I know how a carpet tastes like? Right, hold on. Let's be a bit more focused for a while. Should we play a record, Matt? Play number 10 off of... What about... Hold on, play my Moldy Peaches, number 10. It's out of the film Juno, what I've been going on about.
Play with my mouldy peaches.
Yeah, I'll play with my mouldy peaches. Don't mind my pyjamas. I ain't had a chance to wash them. You're the favourite of all my 9 wives.
Yeah, you ready for it?
I think so, baby. Right, that was Moldy Peaches. Anyone else nice in that film, Juno? But we've been big fans of Moldy Peaches for quite some time now, haven't we? I believe we've got Madeley's PA on the blower. Nick is talking to her. Nick, our Vicar Son producer, is trying to persuade her to come on the show. Get her on here. Go on, put her through the desk. She'll come on. How can she not? We've got all sorts of effortless charm, because apparently she's trying to fall on a sword for Madeley, going like, oh, well, I just didn't pass on the message to Richard. Texted Nick. Nick's calling her back now. You can see Nick is just trying to persuade her to come on.
Yeah.
But the Peter... So
she's scared.
Look at Nick being charming. I wonder what it's like. I wish we could hear Nick. Wouldn't it be good? Punch him through, see what he's like.
Don't hit him.
I just meant patch him through, you know, not punch him. I didn't mean hurt him. Well, we might have Richard Madeley's PA on, justifying why Richard didn't come on the show, having pledged to do just that, but we may not, because Nick looks like he's floundering. Nick, think of your father. This is a chance to impress Daddy Vicar. He might use you in one of his sermons, Nick, if you can get the PA to come on to the show to make up for your failure. Do you believe in God? Nick expressed very clearly to me that he was an atheist and that his father's job, and this is his words, was a waste of time.
Like
a waste of time dulling the minds of his parishioners.
You weren't brought up religious, so you don't understand.
You don't understand what it's like. I understand what religion means. That's that one where there's some other life after this one, and you've got to do as you're told, or you're not allowed in. So there, I've understood the concept perfectly, and as far as I can see, there's love in all our hearts. Come on, Nick, the vicar's son, he let his father down.
If she's saying no, you can't. you can't make her go on air.
He can, of course he can. He can get people to do things with charm. Here he comes. Look, he's got a phone in his hand.
The way you use charm is a bit like the way people use Rohypnol.
Right, is she coming up? Madeley PA, what's wrong, woman? Hello? Well, I'll talk to her. But how are we going to hear it on the radio?
Oh, gosh, this is ridiculous.
Hello? Hello, Richard Madeley's PA?
Russell's now on the phone to her.
It's utterly your fault. Why don't you come on the radio and apologise? Oh, Sinead, don't worry.
I suppose she did the shoplifting too.
Oh, Sinead.
Sucky.
Sinead, if one of my PAs had done this, and God knows there's been a legion of them, I'd have got them so bloody pregnant. Right, bye. Right, so she goes, she was like a samurai. She was so noble about it. I'm so sorry. I goes, come on the radio and apologise. Well, I've been being a PA for 12 years. I've not been on the radio. I won't do that, but I'm so sorry. I wrote it all down on a piece of paper. It's not Richard's fault. Very loyal and decent.
What sort was she? An older woman or a young woman? I suppose she's doing it 12 years. She's got to be 40.
Like a lovely spinster. I imagined her sat in some garret somewhere.
You speak very nicely to PAs who aren't your own. I notice.
Was that quite nice?
Yeah, that's fine. People make mistakes. That's all right. Obviously, if you worked for me, I'd drag you around my house by your muzzle.
Like a monkey's got a muzzle, you mean? Like that monkey bit that comes out his face?
Yeah.
Come here!
Or do you maybe muzzle them?
Let me show you what a bad PA looks like.
Not for you. They're my biscuits. You're muzzled, so you can't steal crumbs.
If you want to grate biscuits through your muzzle like a dog, then you may, but it's very undignified. My PAs have all been treated like the little princesses that I conceived that they were. Yeah, well, you know, mate, it's tough, isn't it?
It's a difficult job, isn't it?
Difficult job to be me or Richard Madeley's PA. All right, I've got a bit of a... let's listen to a bit of Steptoe and Son by Old Ned.
No, that's what it's called, isn't it?
Old Ned by Ron.
Couple of minutes to news. Just put it as a bed. Right. Old Ned.
Our relationship isn't unlike Steptoe and Son, is it? Who's who, though?
I'm the young one.
You ain't the young one, you're...
No, I'm more miserable. You're the dreamer, so you're the young one.
Oh, Christ. We've got to get out of this
but then
situation.
I can do an impression of him. I can't do the old man.
Matthew?
You dirty old man.
Yeah, I suppose it does sort of fit.
That wasn't as good as it used to be. No, I've ruined it. I'm
sorry. I've sort of trapped you, I suppose, in many ways. Get it off. It's confusing.
You asked for it.
I don't like how people have beds on radio. I don't know how they manage it. I went on some other people's radio shows. They had a bed in the background. It's confusing.
Go with the tune of it. Come on, talk to the tune of it. Recount us a tale, something you're really ashamed of. Imagine you're at AA, but it's weird.
Once when I got really
Once I went to...
a rifle through my mother's purse. This booze has been a curse. I don't want to do it to the tune of old Steptoe's Old Ned.
Chicken.
Well, it's confusing me. It's making my mind feel unusual. It was like when I had to do that record with Chrissy Hines that time. Very difficult business.
God, you and her.
What was going on there?
I don't know.
That was the last radio show we'd done. Should have been. We should never have been allowed back
terrible,
after that
honestly.
chaos. Yeah, what was going on?
Rapport was like the Middle East between you.
Really was a Palestinian exchange that went on between me and her. A Zion versus Palestine banter that went on. A very chilly chat. No, but actually, I got on dead well with her. Chrissy Hines, like that's why she sort of came on, saw her in a vegetarian restaurant, chatted to her, hey, Chrissy Hines.
Yeah, she seemed like she was on guard. She thought, like, you know, if you said something jokey, she suddenly went,
What?
What?
Hey, what do you mean by that? What do you mean you'd like to sleep with me and my daughter? Is that a problem? Oh, come on, Chrissy. Yeah, no, look on the bright side.
No, I remember it. You're an absolute pervert.
I know, but actually, to tell you the truth, what I was that was actually to get myself out of a bit of a scrape. Yeah. And what I was trying to do was...
You're not going to say that. That's what a gentleman would say.
Oh, no. So what I was trying to do was get myself out of a scrape, because I was going, oh, your daughter's all right.
That's what you call it these days.
Oh, God. I've got myself in a scrape. Would you mind spitting on that?
Some lube.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I've got myself in a dreadful scrape. If ever there was an argument for sodomy, it's that there. What I've got myself caught up in. No, what I mean is, like, I was just saying about her daughter being attractive. Then I've realised, oh no, that's probably a terrible thing to say to a woman, like, you know, that's a mother, because she's probably aware that she's not as young as she was. Saying her daughter's attractive might be offensive. I thought, I know how to get out of this. I'll suggest a mother and daughter threesome. I then realised that in itself has its own pejorative connotations, don't it? So, best thing is...
I like the way you've painted yourself as some sort of bumbling Reggie Perrin figure. And actually, you're just rude. Oh, no, crikey, now I've shagged her daughter and then made friends with her and...
Oh, blimey, what's next? Crawled out and knocked over a vase with my elbow. I've invited my racist boss over, my Japanese neighbour. It's a right conundrum. I've had it off with everyone in the room. I'm referring to genitals as a scrape, which is what a fox digs when it's in a hurry and hasn't got time to do a proper burrow. The whole thing's been a bloody disgrace. I don't know how I got in this chicken coop in the first place. Right, here comes Poet Laureate of the show, Mr. Guinevere.
Okay, this poem's called Recycling Proficiency. Back from an adventure on Caribbean seas, missing the fame and attention like rice misses peas. Coming back with a wife's nightie stained with cake by Sarah Lee. Gone but not forgotten like a little cup of bigamy. Here on today's stupid news, there's been bouncers pinning, ducks with hard beaks not grinning. Richard Madeley's not ringing, he's probably out-time corridor fishing. So welcome to Diatribe in Print. We're taking eye tests but blink. Reunited by Jingle sounds and Newsround bound with excitable winks. Searching for links to gain tickets yet remaining moralistically good. Next step, the land of patience and caring. Hooray for Hollywood.
Woo! Mr. G! I really like his poems. They really start the show dead well. I listen and go, oh yeah, I remember that bit. Oh yeah, I remember that bit. Isn't it a brilliant idea of me when I had that idea to have Mr. G do them poems? So in a way, I get the credit, do I?
Pretty much, yeah.
Good old me.
His poem's a million echo of your brilliant idea.
I made an idea back in the old days, and then here we go now, down the canyon of life. Mr. G done a poem out his mouth. I could reel that in through the corridors of time. Time wouldn't be in corridors, would it? It doesn't even exist.
People do say that, though.
Corridors of time. That's a ridiculous
And corridors
place.
of power.
The corridors of power.
That makes more sense.
Well, because you'd go down the corridor to get to the office of the Prime Minister.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, saying like that, I don't know. I wouldn't take a fishing rod, though. Right, OK, well, thank you for listening to our show. Thank you, Richard Madeley, and your PA. Next week, I'll be in Los Angeles. Do you come in Los Angeles or not?
Yes.
Right, Matt will be there as well.
No, not next week.
Oh, make your mind up. Making your mind up.
I'll
and
go
under
in
that,
about a
another
month.
skirt. Making your mind up and another skirt. Come on, keep taking those skirts off. Making your mind up. Take that skirt off. Making your mind up. Pull that leotard to one side. You gotta ease it up. You gotta get in my scrape. Oh, Buck Smith. Oh, yeah. Don't get that muddled up, you salty old sod. We'll all be priggers. Priggers play pop, pop, dun, 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 dun. Cheggers wake up in his own sick. Dun, 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 dun. Cheggers drink cough mixture. Dun, 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 dun. Ah, there you go. That's brought up a bit of time. So, thank you for listening to our show. Joining us now with a bit of idiots news. Matt, well done. Everyone over there, well done. You let down that vicar. You let down the vicar. Your dad done your ace, Willie. You let him down.
Come on, back in your little cage.
But I don't want to go in there.
Back to Hampstead.
No! Let me near my wives. My wives will help me. Come on, girls. Tabitha, Nitwit, Biscuit. Come on. Hold me up. Where's my sedan chair? Where is it? This is BBC Radio 2, online on digital. On What FM. Here is some bloody old news.